Hello and welcome to another junk journal flip through video. We're going to try something today we haven't tried in a while, and that is filming from the top down with my camera that has the autofocus. Let's see how it goes. This lovely lady, I named her Narcissus. She is a Slytherin themed junk journal. And I have covered her with some faux fur in black, and then we have this Slytherin crest here. There is a tassel that is detachable, so you can take it off, put it back on, etc., with some black and silver beads. And if you're wondering why Slytherin, my initial plan was to do one for each Hogwarts house and list them all on Etsy at the same time, but I realized that is way too big of a job, and I've got other projects that are going to be interrupting and all that stuff. So I'm going to do Slytherin first, and then whatever house comes to me next when I have some time to do it is what I'll do. So Narcissa is tied closed here with some lovely green ribbon, and we're just going to undo her and take a look inside. Now I'm going to do a quick light test here, because I don't have my umbrella light right now. We're just using the ambient light in the room. But we're going to just see what it looks like with the light on. Nope, that's worse. Okay. All right, so we have on this page a green kind of library card envelope pocket, and this, it does not come out. It's stuck in here, but it says handmade with love, and there's a 27 on it because that is my 27th journal, and this says page 1 creations right here. And we have a silver doily. If you're unfamiliar with the Harry Potter world, the colors of Slytherin house are green and silver and black. I don't know if black's an official one of the colors, but green and silver anyway. What you're going to see in here are some digital printables, some used book pages, just other ephemera and things that I've gathered from different areas. To my knowledge, I don't think that anything is officially licensed stuff. Even the used book pages, I think, come from like unofficial books and things like that. But I just wanted to point that out because some people get really upset if you use officially licensed Harry Potter stuff. Anyway, so here we go. Silver doily. And then we have this printable page. Now, I know that Voldemort is a member of Slytherin house, but I didn't want to, like, put him in here. Or the Death Eaters, really. Like, I'm sticking to just Slytherin stuff, not necessarily the Dark Lord kind of things, if that makes sense. So this would be geared towards a student attending Hogwarts at Slytherin, or someone who wishes they were a student attending Hogwarts in Slytherin house. On this page, we have a tuck spot with this little owl card here, and it is distressed on the back side so that journaling can be done on the back. I just backed it with some distressed oxide paper. And then if you take this little paper clip off, this comes open and you can journal there. You're going to see quite a few pages that are for just space for writing. I wanted to give whoever gets this journal plenty of space to write down their thoughts or, you know, whatever they wanted to write. And to whoever gets this journal, this paperclip can be a little bit fiddly. If you just kind of pull these tabs open a little bit, you can put the paperclip on more easily and then smooth it back into place once that's done. I don't think I'm going to narrate every page. I'll just try to point out some things that I think are interesting. This is a map of Hogwarts here. You'll see a bunch of these little tiny educational decrees. These, of course, are from the time when Dolores Umbridge was at Hogwarts. Ugh. And I have some little ads that are printed on canvas. Now, I found this as a printable on Etsy, bought it, downloaded it, printed these ads on canvas, and then realized that some of them have spelling mistakes. So I am so sorry, but I'd already put in the money and time, so if you get this journal and the little spelling mistakes bother you, you can take a Sharpie and go over it, or you can like cover it up with stickers, or however you want to get rid of that spelling mistake. This Daily Prophet also came from a principal on Etsy. Here is just a card with an owl on it and some distressing here. I used 3 different colors of Distress Oxide to focus on. So for the green, I used Rustic Wilderness. For the kind of gray or silver, I used one called Ice Spruce, which has green tints in it. And then for black, of course, I used Black Soot. Here we've got a pocket with some cards tucked in here. Salazar Slytherin's locket. A wand. These girls are sitting on a green chest, and I imagine them, or like a dresser thing, I imagine them just like hanging out in the Slytherin common room back in the day. And I put this little description here. It says, Slytherins are extremely ambitious, cunning, and resourceful, and work hard to get what they want. This girl in the middle in particular seems like she's up to something. She's got that glint in her eye like, do you know what I did? Do you know what I just did? So I think that she fits well there. And this girl over here, she looks pretty angry, so maybe she's the one that got pranked by this girl. You'll see quite a few of these characters here and done in this art style, which is another Etsy find. All these little cards here, Etsy finds. And then these are just some found papers that I already had in my stash. So not everything's a digital printable. I've got a lot of cards that I used. Lace, you're gonna see a lot of black lace here. This page is from a Daphne's Diary magazine. This is one of my most favorite spreads. So we have some green Distress Oxide just smooshing in the background. We've got Snape here, cut out from an old book. A little thing that says, always, this is my own handwriting. And we've got a few silver dots here, a few silver dots up here, and some silver sparkles down here, or splatters, I guess, the word. Lots of coffee dyed paper in this one. This one has 2 pockets, so there's some little educational decrees tucked in here and a journaling card here. Another little pocket cluster down here with a little silver owl. Determination. So when I looked up the Slytherin traits, because I wanted to make sure I got them correctly, what I found was determination, ambition, resourcefulness, and cleverness. And I used 3 of those throughout this book in this exact style. I didn't end up putting resourcefulness in because I had 3 signatures and I thought I'll just use 3 of the words. But I punched out the words on this black paper and then did some silver embossing around them. Sorry, I keep moving my hand over the top because I forget that this camera does funny things. Anyway, so you'll see determination here, and then the other 2 are going to be found in the next 2 signatures in the journal. Each signature also has a little tab with something dangling here. It might be a bead, a button, something like that. This was a fun page to make. So we have this little tuck spot here, and there is a card that you can pull out there. And then, keep in mind it says potions on the front. It flips open to show more potion bottles. Aren't those fun? I love them. I didn't label any of them because I want the person who gets this to be able to label their own potion bottles. There are 1 or 2 other places that have potion bottles that I might have labeled like 1 or 2 of them, but I don't remember for sure. I guess we'll see when we get there. This is just a little tuck spot here. So this card comes out. These cards that you see that are shiny around the edges, I used some alcohol ink in silver to edge those. That was kind of a fun project to do. This page kind of has a wonky edge. This one says choose to shine down here. I used some of these Tim Holtz sentiments. Some fit in a more Slytherin-y way than others. Choose to shine, I feel like, is definitely a Slytherin thing because they are ambitious and they're really smart. So they're going to find a way to shine in whatever it is that they're doing. We have some more of the Daily Prophet. There's another little card here. There's Hogwarts. This is a page about the potions classroom from an old book. And this one, I found this in a Daphne's diary, and then there is a journal card that comes out here. Just has some lace at the top. So here's the other side of that silver doily, which means we're at the end of the first signature. And then we start up the second one with a couple of small pieces. We've got this kind of silver print here, and then I've got Take Risks. And then this piece has a little pocket with Draco. He looks gorgeous in this artistic version. We're going to see his dad done in a similar style later in this signature. And we'll see other versions of Draco throughout. Anything that you see is something that's either I purchased through Etsy or was a free printable somewhere, but it was copyright free. Like I didn't steal any images or anything like that. Here we have part of a vellum envelope. We'll see more of that in a minute. And then we have this tag and it says ambition on it. So here is our second Slytherin trait, ambition. And these boys, they're too far back in history to be Draco and Crabbe and Goyle, but maybe they're the earlier version of that. Like Draco's grandfather and the Crabbe and Goyle of that day. And we turn this over and this flips out. And whoever gets this journal, you can put whatever you want in here. I have paper clipped a couple little journaling cards inside. Here's a little cluster. I added some green embossing powder onto this educational decree. This is that famous one. Boys and girls are not permitted to be within 6 inches of each other. And we have some little black netting underneath there. I love this lace. Love it, love it, love it. Here we've got a little tuck spot. And we've got 2 cards here. So we've got Buckbeak and Lucius Malfoy. I thought it would be funny to put the 2 of them together because, you know, it was Buckbeak that brought about that whole wait till my father hears about this situation, and Lucius being the father in question. This is just kind of a collage page with a card paper clipped here. I used a lot of those little teeny tiny paper clips that I love. Here's another page from an old book. We've got Draco in the forest with Fang. Harry's probably over here, covered up. This girl is a tuck spot, and there's a card here. And then we've got another card here on the back side. More educational decrees. Here we have some more potion bottles. I did put a little bit of embossing glaze on the labels on these ones, just for fun. On this green label, now I'm going to wait for the person who gets this to look at it and see if they can tell there's a partial number there. See if you know what that is. Another piece of pretty lace with these lace flaps. So for whoever gets this, you can take a journaling card or a piece of paper or whatever and tuck it in, and the lace will kind of hold it in place when you turn the page. Here we've got a pocket outlined in silver, and then a couple of journaling cards. Oh, I gotta show you the print on this one. So we've got someone's hand and this like magical mistiness floating upward. I like that. Flourish and blots. Here's another Draco, and we got a card tucked in there. And we've got a book and a trunk. This is another piece from a book page about Malfoy Manor, and I just took some embossing powder in black, silver, and green and went around the edges of that to kind of showcase Draco and his father standing there in that picture. Oddly enough, I named this journal Narcissa after Draco's mother, but she got cut out of this picture. I'm so sorry. I don't think we see her at all in this journal. Maybe that's why I decided to name the journal Narcissa. I actually quite like Narcissa. Of course, I realize that you know, she's problematic in a lot of ways, but I watched the Deathly Hallows Part 2 last night and just cried when she went to check on Harry and asked about Draco, and it just hit me in that like mom kind of feelsy place. Here we've got something very different. I like to throw in a page every once in a while in my journals that just kind of pops and goes, whoa, I haven't seen something like that already in this journal. So we have this, we've got a lot of greens in here, which definitely matches with the Slytherin vibes, but we've also got this floral thing, and it looks very much like what you might see in an old tapestry. I wish I could find some kind of printable somewhere that mimics the Black family tapestry. I have a scarf that is that, but that wouldn't work. But I wanted to do something that would kind of mimic that. So this is kind of my ode to that tapestry. Does that make any sense? And then here we've got another card and this little jewel here. Maybe this is another representation of Narcissa, because maybe she would wear something like this. And this page has got another little dangle on it. Here we've got another tuck spot, with some cards. I did include quite a few owls in this journal because, you know, Slytherin students are allowed to have owls too, not just Harry. This printable had this girl in this gorgeous green lace, and so I wanted to add some lace here. And then there's a piece of that same lace up here in the top corner. This is kind of fun. Here we've got another Draco thing. Now the background is just book page, and then we've got this acetate window, and he actually slides right out, and you can use him for a little bookmark or a journaling tag or however you want to put him to work. Just don't make him work too hard or he'll go complain to his dad. Here we've got a little cluster here, and this is one of those Canvas ads that I was telling you about. And this is an ad for Hermione Granger's 1001 Tips for an Excellent Mark. So how to get good grades according to Hermione. I thought it was kind of a funny joke to put Hermione and Draco together because they hate each other, and rightly so. But there's a lot of people out there that feel like they're secretly in love and like they ship those two a lot, and I don't. But I guess in homage to that kind of thing, I put this ad for Hermione by Draco. I don't know. Okay, now this page, you're going to go, Purple, what are you doing? Here's my thought. I found this die cut on clearance the other day, and I couldn't not buy it. And the night bus is purple. So I had to make it purple, but we've got a little pocket here with the night bus and then just some journaling cards tucked in the side. This paper, I absolutely love it. Is another piece from Daphne's Diary magazine. Snake. Here's some more beautiful, beautiful lace. And this little piece of gray means we've come to the end of the second signature. All right, the third signature starts off with this black paper with butterflies that almost look a little bit like book pages. And then we've got, of course, another tuck spot with a card. For the person whoever gets this, these pages here, even though it might seem like they're a little bit dark, you can still write on them, like, for example, with a Sharpie pen or I'm sure even like a ballpoint pen or something. So this is definitely journaling space. Don't be afraid to like use that. You can even write over these with maybe like a metallic marker or something like this silver Sharpie kind of thing. Here's another fun little flip out thing. So we have this that's got a side tuck pocket, so we've got a couple of cards there. And then it flips out, and we've got some butterflies, because I couldn't make a junk journal without butterflies. I'm going to have to soon for a custom order, and I'm not excited about it. Anyway, there's one more butterfly right here. It is green, and then we've got an Acromantula card there. Here we've got another Daily Prophet page, which is the one that features Sirius Black. Hogwarts crest. Here we've got a pocket made out of some green lace and then a great big tag. And here is our third Slytherin trait. This is cleverness. And these kids are sitting inside a great big flower that's made out of book pages. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but there you go. The only tricky part about this is that this lace pocket, because it's just lace, you have to kind of like hold it up while you slide the tag in there so that it goes in, because otherwise you'll just snag it on the lace. Another little cluster down here. Here we have a pocket. We've got some dragons. We've got some educational decrees. And we've got a journaling card. And this little piece of canvas, this canvas ad, it's just clipped on with a paper clip. It's for broomstick barreling. If your broomstick is in need of repair, you can take it to this place. And some more educational decrees on the back of that card as well. Here's another owl card stuck to this little striped paper. And then we have a belly band, just a little lace belly band here with a card. And this card has the Quidditch pitch on it, which is kind of fun. Another character tuck spot with a card. This one says head girl. Maybe this is their head girl. This one does have a big black ribbon at the top. This, you can untie it if you want to. If it were me, I'd keep it tied, and then maybe I could use this as like a belly band or something to slide something into. But that's totally up to whoever gets this. Another little collage down here. All right, we're getting in a weird light situation here because there's a lot of glare. But I tried the umbrella light again and it still just doesn't look good. So we're going to see if we can hold this in a good way. All right, this one here has another little kind of funny edge on this pocket. And then there is a card that gets tucked in here that has another little tab. This just has some cute lace. This has little bows on it. I really like that. And then we have Lumos in silver up here. That is not a Slytherin trait. It is a spell that turns the light on. And so I wanted to do something with the black and silver lettering, but I didn't want to do it the same as the Slytherin trait. So I used a stamp set instead of the punch that I used for the Slytherin traits. And it's much smaller. Here again is a card that's a tuck spot, and then another card here. This has a niffler on it. Some more gorgeous black lace. This is outside of Ollivanders in Diagon Alley. This just came with the kit, and it's like a girl floating in this dark green, almost black water. It's kind of strange, but also beautiful. Here's another little cluster here, and then one here on this tiny flap. We've got a page that's got some silver alcohol ink kind of dripping down it. And then we turn it, and we've got this kind of tabbed black and white card with another tuck spot and a card. And then we open it up and see coffee bubble paper. I couldn't, just like butterflies, couldn't make a junk journal without adding some coffee bubble paper. It is my favorite kind of dyeing to do. I just love it. And this is tons of journaling space that's also like a hidden flip out. Another little pocket here with a couple things tucked inside. Another pocket. This pocket's bigger. It's got more of a collage-y thing. We've got a snake here, someone's eye, the sorting hat, and we got some more cards tucked in here. There's a snitch. Durmstrang is up here. This is a map of other wizarding schools. There's the rest of that page there. You can see Sirius and his mustache. Here we have a little cluster about spells and an ad for a book written by Dobby with his dutiful spells. Of course, we know that Dobby didn't really write this book. It's just a fun ad to play with the fandom, but you know what it is. Here's our last little tab with a charm. This one's got a little button on it. There is the Hogwarts Express. And Hogwarts is my home. And that brings us to the end of this journal. So that's going to be it for this flip through. This will be linked in my Etsy shop. I do already have one person who's very interested, so we'll see. I'm not going to hold them to it and force them to buy it. That would be ridiculous. But I hope that if the person that has been talking to me about the Slytherin journal for a while, if you do end up getting it, I hope you absolutely love it. And if someone else gets it, I also hope that they absolutely love it as well. And I'm going to stop talking now because you're probably sick of my voice. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, journaling, or crafting. Adios.